Welcome to today's Premier Experts, your one-stop shop to find industry experts in a variety of niches. My name is Ray Perez, and I'm a global branding expert. I travel the world speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners, and we've created this show to take advantage of their wealth of knowledge. I interview experts across different fields to learn what has made them become successful. When you interview people from a wide range of industries, those points of views brought together can create massive success for your business. Welcome to today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today our special guest is Robert Syfert, the Business Expansion Specialist. But before we get into the interview, we have another edition of Million Dollar Mindset. This is where we get the opportunity to ask high-level CEOs what it takes to reach 7 figures and beyond. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Eddie Turner. I am the Leadership Accelerator. I work with leaders to accelerate their performance and drive impact. I became an executive coach who works with leaders in this way after spending 20 years working with leaders in information technology. And I realized that I wanted to move beyond working with them in their technology needs and coach them in leadership, how to get the advantage and keep the advantage. The competitive edge is absolutely imperative because I've seen so many leaders disintermediated by technology. After having worked with hundreds of emerging leaders to help them accelerate their performance and drive impact, I decided to write a book. September 20th, 2018, the book was released. It spent 10 days on Amazon's bestseller list, the bestseller paid list, not the free giveaway. And so I was really proud of that, and it hit number 26 in the business mentoring and leadership category. Very competitive category, and so very proud of that. So 140 simple messages, because I find that my emerging leaders are not going to read a scholarly book, but something that's short and tweetable, hence the number 140. Simple messages that have great meaning and are powerful in their impact. Being an entrepreneur is never easy. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, we long for the days of the 9 to 5 where you knew you had a paycheck every Friday. But we sacrifice the certainty for a little bit of uncertainty and lots of ambiguity, because keeping our mind on the long term. I tell many of my clients who are 1040s to still have the 1099 mindset, because there is no such thing as the permanent job anymore. All jobs are temporary, but focus on what is your career. So as an entrepreneur, I have decided that my vocation is my avocation, meaning my hobby. I love coaching people and working with leaders. Don't tell my clients, but I do it for free because I love it so much. So I took something that I do for free and made it my vocation. And so I love working with leaders. And as an entrepreneur, while there are those challenges, I have diversified and learned that that is the secret to sustainability as an entrepreneur. I encourage entrepreneurs to continue to invest in themselves and invest in their brand. Investing in yourself means you never stop learning. I challenge those who I coach, even at the C level, to ask themselves, when is the last time you learned something new? When is the last time you took a formal program? Lots of the elite institutions offer programs tailored specifically to entrepreneurs, business owners, and C-suite executives, because they want to learn in an environment with their peers. They don't want to take a programming that is suited to folks who have not reached their level of success. So investing in yourself, challenging yourself to continue to grow as an entrepreneur is probably one of the biggest pieces of advice I would say.
Hello, my friend. This is Ray Perez, global branding expert, inviting you to the Business Growth Bootcamp. This is an event that we do for 3 days in Miami, Florida, for business owners, entrepreneurs, and business professionals who are looking to grow and scale their business. We're going to be talking about branding, marketing, sales, speaking, video, social media, and much, much more. I brought a team of experts from all over the country to come and speak to you and teach you their experiences and their expertise to assist you in growing your business. Now, this is a 3-day event, starting off with day 1 when we talk about mindset. Mindset is the most important part about growing your business and understanding why it's important that we do certain things. Now, in day 2, we're going to be talking about skill set. Skill set is what do we need to do to implement to get those levels of results. And day number 3 is my favorite, implementation day. That's right, this is a boot camp, so we're actually going to be getting work done for you and your business. So I'm very excited to invite you to the Business Growth Bootcamp. If you want more information, watch the videos below on this page, and I look forward to seeing you at the next upcoming event. Hey my friends, it's Ray Perez, and I'm so excited to be launching my brand new co-author book project. That's right, for the very first time, I'm launching the opportunity for you to be a co-author with me in my brand new book, The Drive to Success. Now, you may be wondering what this book is about, and it's really true life stories of high-performance entrepreneurs who failed their way to success. And me being one of those, I've had a lot of failures in my life, and each time I failed, I became more successful. And I really truly feel that as entrepreneurs, we don't get to hear about people's stories of how they failed, because truly without failure, you're not gonna be successful. I was working out the other day, trying to get back into shape, and I was realizing what bodybuilders do when they're working out is they do repetitions until failure. And the reason is when you hit that failure, that's when the real muscle growth happens. So you can't actually be successful or grow without failure. And that was a huge analogy for me because I've really considered my life and all my clients and people that I work with. And I'm like, it's true. We need to go through failure to achieve success. So I wanted to create a book, The Drive to Success, of what it takes to persevere through that failure and be able to achieve next level success each time. So if you have a story that you'd like to share to inspire other entrepreneurs and small business owners, then I'd love for you to click the link below and apply to be part of our co-author book project. Now, in addition to obviously becoming a published author, you're also going to be a best-selling author because we will be running a bestseller campaign for our new book. In addition to that, you're also going to be part of a podcast, so you get to share your story and use it in that format as well. And you might be thinking, Ray, I don't have the time to write a book, not even if it's just a chapter in a book. Well, guess what? You don't have to write a single word because my team is going to interview you, record the call, and transcribe the entire thing and format it into your chapter in the book. You won't have to write a single word. All you have to do is revise it, make sure it's in your voice, in your language, and that you're happy with it so we can approve it. Now, the other thing is this. We're not just creating a book, we're also creating a whole marketing campaign around it. I'm also launching a podcast called The Drive to Success, which I'll interview you after you write your chapter and to kind of discuss the challenges that you went through, what happened, and how you got to that next level so you can use that into your marketing as well. Now, depending which one of our 3 options you choose, we're also going to do a VIP day right here in Miami, which you're going to get a professional photo shoot with your book. You're also going to get to meet several other co-authors and like-minded entrepreneurs. We're going to spend a great time, and I'm going to teach you how to leverage the power of your book in your marketing. That is my skill set. I'm not a publisher. That's why I partnered with the best, but I am a brander and I am a marketer, and I'm going to teach you how to leverage the most out of this book, unlike any other book, even if you're a published author as well. Now, in addition to that, we have several other benefits that are listed below in our packages. Make sure that you click to apply to get access to everything that's in our book project. And I am just so excited. And here's one thing, you can't just buy your way into this. It doesn't matter how much money you have or if you want to be a part of it, you do need to qualify. And the reason is this. We want to make sure that you have an inspiring story and you really want to make a difference in others' lives. This isn't just a thing about making money. I can do this book project on my own. It's about giving you an opportunity. And we want to make sure that you're properly positioned in a way to leverage what we're doing in this book project, because we want all 10 authors to be promoting to give 10 times the amount of exposure to this book than if you were just promoting it on your own. So hopefully you are interested in being part of our new book project. Click the link below and apply, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.
What I like best about the Inner Circle is that the team of people that you have working and helping pull things out of you allows you to see areas in your life that would probably take you years to find out.
As soon as I was introduced to the concept of Inner Circle, I knew immediately that I wanted to be a part of it. So to be able to have access to that on a weekly basis has been transformational.
It's better than a family. It's somebody that actually understands your background and your where you come from, and everybody wants to go in the same direction.
I love the opportunity to just kind of share my thoughts and get some opinions and feedback from people who have either done it or just to get some outsider feedback to make sure I'm on the right track or to give you some guidance to make those decisions.
They work with you closely, one-on-one, and trying to really help you succeed in all areas, whether it's personal or business, and that could be really applied to your life and career.
We all help each other, and every time we have a meeting with Ray or Dave, they've got a small curriculum, and on top of that, they additionally bring someone else to kind of help us in a different area of our business.
I was a little bit worried, like, is this going to work? Will I be able to commit to this time every single week? You know, is it going to be worth to set aside that much time? We've always maximized our time, and then on top of that, my performance that day and week increased greatly. So, well worth it.
Before I joined the Inner Circle, I really didn't understand what it was all about. I just thought it was a way for somebody to come in and say, hey, you know, we're going to give you something, and you know, you turn over your money and you get no value out of it. And I feel like it's the value is 10x what I expected.
Having coaches and team members that are able to, give you a different perspective of your business just by looking at their business as well.
Having people in your corner to just discuss anything. I take it beyond business. I talk about my personal life. I talk about things that are concerning me. We talk about business. It's everything that you need to really be clear on what you're trying to do.
The whole curriculum, I believe it's great for anyone that is a business owner, an entrepreneur who's growing a legitimate business.
They create a environment that you can blossom not only personally, but your business.
If you're someone that's in business, a business owner looking to grow your business, looking to get more exposure.
If you're a dreamer, if you think that you were put on this earth to do something amazing, joining the Inner Circle will help you, make those dreams come true.
Hello, my friend, it's Ray Perez, global branding expert, and I have a very special gift for you. If you're an entrepreneur, business owner, or business professional that's looking to scale and grow your business, and I have exactly what you've been looking for. I call this My 360 Sites. I've been working on this for the last 2.5 years to build my brand online, my brand presence, live events, speaking, networking, and social media, and I've been doing it very successfully. And now I want to give you free access. Why? Because I want you to be able to build, launch, and grow a successful business. And when you do that, I really want you to give back, just like I'm doing right now. That's all that you need to do. Now, what can you expect from My 360 Sites? Well, number one, it's going to allow you to network more efficiently. Build trust and credibility with your audience. Allow them to learn more about who you are and what you do. Whether you're an author, speaker, podcaster, or just have a couple websites, this is your opportunity to bring everything in one place and cross-promote who you are. And the best part is, it doesn't make them feel that you're being salesy. Why? Because people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. Now, in addition to this, I also want you to learn how to get the maximum value out of your 360 site. So I'm also giving you access to one of our optimization sessions with my team so they can teach you exactly how to use it in your particular business and how to get the most value. Now, we do have limited spots available, so you must click the button on this page right now and get registered for your free 360 site. Now, at the end of the quick setup, which will only take you 5 minutes, there's gonna be a calendar for you to schedule the best date and time for your optimization session. Please make sure to do that. Why? Because if you don't have an optimization session, it's like having a Ferrari and parking in the garage. You're not gonna really know how to drive it to get the maximum performance. So click the button on this page, get registered, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Welcome to the show, Robert.
Thanks for having me, Ray.
Pleasure to have you here. And I always like to start off finding out, why exactly do they call you the business expansion specialist?
Ray, that is actually a great question. I had to think about it for myself. The reality is I've expanded several businesses in multiple industries and continuing to expand into more businesses and more industries and niches. And some of them, a couple of them, have actually grown to the 7 and 8 figure range. So that's where the title comes from.
Beautiful. Now, I know you've had a very interesting and kind of rags to riches type of story. Can you kind of share a little bit, go back and tell us how you kind of got into the real estate business and how that all happened?
Yeah, I've had several ups and downs, as I feel most successful entrepreneurs have. It's the story behind the overnight success. So, grew up in a normal family, well, what I classify as normal, right? Go to school, get good grades, get a good job. Always had a passion for real estate, but never actually pursued it because that didn't fit the good job, good grades category. So I went through life doing that for quite some time. I started reading books and studying real estate for over a decade. And at the worst time in my life, I'm giving you the short version of the story, but the worst time in my life, down on my luck, massive surgeries with my wife, drained our bank accounts, moving states, taking full custody of my son. We found ourselves on food stamps and Medicaid and about to get evicted from our apartment because I was on the side of my current job trying to figure out how to do this real estate thing for once, over a decade later. And there was actually a pivotal conversation with the owner of the finance company I worked for. And he said, you know, you're not at the top tier of the company, but you have all the skill set of the best salesperson I could ever train. There's nothing more we can teach you. Can't figure out why you're not successful. I think it's because you're trying to do two things at once. I'm sure that was intended to get me to fully focus on that. I literally walked out that day, a week away from eviction on our apartment, turned around and went back to the office and said, I quit. You just told me why I'm not successful at real estate. I need to go all in. And so I did. And the rest they say is history. Tons of ups and downs, reality speaking. But I did save us off of eviction, closed the deal right after that, and then got fully started. I literally went full-time into real estate when that happened.
Wow. And what would you say, what was the time frame from being broke to like breaking 7 figures? How much time in between?
So being broke sucked, but broke is a mindset. Poor is totally different. So I want to signify that for some people.
Clarify that.
Yeah, so, right, I grew up thinking, I think poor is the mindset that I need to live off of food stamps and Medicaid and the free money I get, right? And that is a mindset. I'm stuck there. I can't change my life. It's circumstantial. Broke is, I may not have money in my pocket today, but I will have millions. I will have the cars I dream of, the houses I want. This is just a place in life. It's a dot, right, that I can look back on and say there's a reason I was there and I learned something. So I think there's a massive difference, and it's all in your mind.
More of a situation, not a circumstance that you're living. It's more of a situation that's happening within your life.
Yes.
That's a great clarifying point to make, because in the end of the day, success really comes up to what you have in here, right?
It is.
So from that time that you didn't have till the time you broke that 7 figure, and the reason I'm asking you this is most entrepreneurs who are listening, are thinking this is never going to happen to me. But as many guests that I've interviewed, in myself included, there's always a certain amount of time that I've seen that it takes to like really just turn that key. What was that for you?
Yeah, so for us, it was, number one, it was the mindset. I can tell you the difference between then and now is nothing more than a difference in the way I thought, which led to all the actions and habits. That from the time I made that massive choice and decision to go all in, it was, we'll say between 14 and 18 months, because I think we'd done over $1 million worth of revenue by the time 14 months had hit, because it massively took off. But by 18 months, I had already actually opened a second business with the real estate, another part of real estate, property management, and both actually circumvented 7 figures at the same time. So in 14 to 18 months, I had not only 1, but 2 businesses. And just prior to that, like month 11, we're actually joking, I think I hit like 996. And I was like, I just want to break the 7 figures. I've done 6 figures before in my life, but that was a massive, super fast ride. It's actually, I mentioned before to you, the book, The Magic, was another piece of that journey in the very beginning that I believe magically added a bunch to that ride. All mental though.
Now, in real estate, what do you specialize in? What's your area of real estate?
So I've done a lot of things in real estate, but primarily focused on single family residence, and to get really niched down to what I was really, really good at and known for, and what my company is still known for today, is turnkey residential properties. And it's why I ended up having a property management business. So we buy houses, we renovate them fully like a normal flipper would do, as you see on TV, and then we place a tenant in the property and make it a cash flowing rental, and then sell it to an investor who's looking to have something better than the stock market, or a place where they're, I won't say guaranteed to lose their money, but not as safe as real estate can be. Yeah.
So basically, turnkey investors come to you if they want steady cash flow. Yes. You find the property, you buy the property, you rehab the property, you find the tenant, you put in the tenant, and you manage the property turnkey, ready for an investor.
Yes.
Which I think led to your proprietary software. Is that correct?
It did. That changed because as I moved from Michigan, where I'm born and raised, moved to Tampa about 5 years ago, and at that time we were looking to expand our operations into multiple states. Well, I realized the only way we're going to do that is through software. And I got turned on to some software that we started building for ourselves to say, okay, how are we going to solve all these moving parts and issues, but be able to control it from a central database online? I knew it was possible, and I knew we needed to leverage technology to fast track everything. And so we did. We started building a software to solve our own problems. In a result, I was in a very high-end closed door mastermind for real estate, shared one component, because when we built it for ourselves, we actually replaced 3 job roles, tons of overhead, and we fully automated the beginning of that whole process, where literally we just needed 2 people on site in the state where we wanted to expand to, in any state, and we could grow. Showing one piece of that in that mastermind literally had everyone sit at my table for lunch and say, so how do I get your software? You don't. I'm a real estate guy. I don't do software.
Because the software was for you.
Yes. It was not ever intended to be a software for anyone else. And my software guy, literally I went back to him and I said, there was like 80 people that said they wanted my software. What do I do with that? And he's like, well, we built it for you to expand operations, so technically we could offer it to them. And so that started the company back then. It's no longer called Investor PO, but it was. It started because I flew out to California with him, sat down with some more developers. They looked at what we had did for ourselves and said, oh, this is massive. This would be a game changer if you build it for multiple users. And we'll just say that sitting in Silicon Valley and getting the bigger picture of where software can go to told me, I think I'm going to build a software. And so I did. And ironically, I am more known as a software guy today than I am the real estate side. The real estate runs itself, and there's a CEO in place, but the software is my baby at this point, my second baby.
And so who could benefit from your software? Who's your perfect avatar?
Any real estate investor, truthfully, that is looking to scale and grow whatever they're doing, right? So whether you're someone who's never done real estate, but you're interested in real estate, we created a light version for the software to get you started and not have to figure out how to do all the stuff and stuff you need to be successful. And we're very much focused though on taking a real estate investor that's stuck in that they figured it out, they've closed a couple deals, maybe they're doing 1 to 3 a month and they feel successful, but they just know there's another level and they can't figure out why they can't get there. The software solves all of that, quite honestly, and the services we offer with the software, because we make it very easy for you to scale your business to whatever that means for you, just leaving your own job and letting this automate itself, or scaling it to 7, 8 figures, wherever you want to take it, it's designed for that.
Can you explain a little bit, so if I was a real estate investor, or I wanted to be dabbling in real estate investing, like what are the different levels that I could benefit from your software? What could it actually do for me?
Yeah, first and foremost, the main level is organization. Most people suck at that. And so they don't have all their leads on sticky notes and yellow pads, whiteboards, and wherever. The software puts it all in one place and tracks it all. They don't know what KPIs are and that they matter yet. They will, and it does it from day one whether you think about it or not. Also, even in the light version, is the automated follow-up sequence. What I found, and the game changer for our business, was automating your relationship building through multiple channels of communication: texting, phone calling, emailing, mail in the house. You need to touch all those people to build a relationship. That's how you build any business, but real estate is what ours was designed for. And then from there, so that's entry level, everybody has to have that. From there, you're gonna start scaling and hiring people to do the stuff you don't like to do or that you suck at. And that's where we have built-in done-for-you services. So our done-for-you services is we can do all your cold calling, we can do your marketing, we can handle your inbound leads, schedule your appointments, and then all you have to do is sit back and say, oh, my phone beeped, I have a lead that says they're ready for an offer. Negotiate it and close it, and that's all you gotta do.
Wow, so this isn't just a software. This is kind of like a turnkey business solution.
Yes.
Because you're talking about, you have automation, you have follow-up sequences, you have management. If I didn't know how to run my business, you're going to help me organize and operate it through this software and your services?
We've recently even added on, well, we've had, but we revamped a complete CEO coaching background for EOS and traction. So we can coach you on how to be the CEO that you think you want to be, and sales training as well. So we literally do the coaching for the business side. We can coach you on how to close those deals. So the only thing that's left is for you to close deals. If you suck at that too, we can teach you how to be better. And so we give the coaching, we do live webinars, we do everything to help you be successful. That's our only mission, is to completely change and revolutionize that industry and make it simple for you. There's literally nowhere else that you need to go if you're a real estate investor or want to be one.
And there is no limit or requirement either, right? You can be doing multiple 9-figure deals, or you can be just getting into the business. You have different versions of the software for that.
Yeah, we stripped it all the way down to the lightest version and the core of what you need just to get started. So you have tracking, automation, and organization in one place, all the way up to the biggest player we have did $42 million last year in revenue. So
now, I've heard that you've also created the same software, but you kind of like white labeled it in the sense that it doesn't have to be real estate specific, so anyone in business could use this. Is that?
Yeah, you're getting into the top secret area, but absolutely. The lighter version was designed to head into other industries and multiples, which is why I got into software. It's way more than just real estate.
Love it, love it. And then the software led to the book, if I'm not mistaken, right? Can you kind of share how this happened?
So you asked how fast did I get to millions. What most people don't see behind that is that sounds great and everything's rainbow and sunshines after that until you lose all those millions. And that is where the book came from. In software, I lost it all. And it really began, looking backwards, is now I can connect all the dots and all the bad things that I went through building a software, losing other businesses, have to sell them, having to sell my portfolio, and almost end up back on food stamps. Look, I'm trying to hold back the emotions right now just thinking about it, because I'm reliving it as we talk about the book. So the story is really, we're writing the book to tell more about how I am you. It doesn't matter where you at, I've been there. I've been through your journey, whether you've had millions and lost it, whether you never had them before. I've been in all them circumstances, and there's still a road out. There's always a path out. And so the book is really me finally being able to take all of that stuff and connect all of those dots and realize there was a simple formula the whole time. And I always followed it and I didn't know it. And so the acronym that I love to use for it is faith over fear. And I can literally go back now and say, wow, that was a faith. I didn't know it at that time, but I made a decision that was purely faith. Everyone around me said, don't do it. Everyone around me said, you're gonna lose everything. And I did. But I still didn't, because I kept having faith over fear. And so the book walks you through all of that and how you can identify that in your own life.
Well, I think it's really amazing what you've gone through, and I know your whole story. So one of the things that I always say is that, God will never put a challenge in front of you that you can't handle. And a lot of the times he's giving you these challenges to prepare you and train you for what's next. Because if he just gave it to you, you wouldn't be ready. So I love that you went through such hardship, but then at the end, what was waiting for you, it really prepared you for it. And now you get to teach others how to do the same. And I know that you're coming out with a second book soon, right? And you've been going through 75 Hard and some physical and health challenges and that you were doing. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so 75 Hard is not specifically a health challenge, but it's why I took it on. Mm-hmm. I've always pushed myself mentally, clearly through the book, can tell that story and learn more. 75 hard is a massive challenge. And so I took it on mostly for the health aspect, and I knew there was a mental component to it. I learned doing it, it was way more mental than health. However, I did drop 30 pounds of fat during my first round of 75 hard. And I say first because I loved the challenge so much when I completed it that things changed. Everything around me changed. The way I acted, the way I showed up, I became even more me. I like to say that everything that we are, which I talk about in the book, it's already in you.
Yeah, the
right?
true
It's just coming out of you and bringing it out, right? And so I was compelled so much that I finally sought down a sold out book, and I got a copy divinely sent to me through a friend, read it and said, yes, everything this book says is what I went through in that challenge, so I'm currently doing it again now. And I've been a challenge for the crew because I require certain things. I need a gallon of water every day to make sure I'm tracking on my 75 hard. I can only eat certain things and not eat certain things. So it's an amazing challenge. It will change you health-wise, but more importantly, it is, to me, I think if you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, do 75 hard. If you can't complete it, you'll never be the entrepreneur that you want to be, because that's the point of it. You're going to go through storms. Those are the storms you go through in life. And so that's the point of it. It mentally challenges you to say, are you going to quit when it's hard? Are you going to forget the details that matter? Are you just going to give up, right? You're going to weather the same types of storms in business, and this is the best way for them to teach you how to do that and overcome those mental challenges.
And through 75 hard, the real estate investing, all the different businesses you've had over time, you've created some mentorship programs to teach others to do exactly what you've done, right? Yes. Can you share a little bit about your different mentorship programs you have?
Yeah, so I've done a few in the past as well, coaching people from all over to grow in real estate. Now I have a few different ones. So one, we have the EOS and traction coaching that we do to coach you to be a better CEO, specifically geared around real estate. We do one-on-one and mastermind sessions with higher level real estate entrepreneurs. So as you're growing and scaling to a certain level, you're gonna need help to get to another level, of course, right? And so we open those doors at that level, and we have that type of coaching. In addition to that, we also have sales coaching, so we're teaching how to close deals, because we found that being the biggest thing that people were lacking. We solved all their problem, we got their appointments. Why is one guy successful and one guy is not? He doesn't know how to close. So we're teaching people how to actually close deals and how to talk to sellers and care, because it's really all it is. It's just listening and caring and solving a problem. And then in addition to that, now most recently I've actually launched a whole thing, because health has been a passion for my life. Well, now I offer a health coaching program. And so now we literally give you the fitness dialed in and customized to you, the nutrition dialed into you, and one-on-one accountability. And we start you off with a free 21-day transformation challenge, just so we can prove to you, we'll change your life. You're lacking the accountability, right? And that's it. That's all she wrote so far.
And there's multiple ways that they can do this, right? They can do it like live in person. You have some live events. You have virtual and you have digital, where they can study and learn this on their own, right? You have all of it.
Yeah, we've done live events. We'd love to do some more. Eventually we'll get back to that, but we do live events. We've switched our game up to virtual completely, so we can do that. We do live webinar training within our community so that we can teach weekly on things and answer questions. We do a few per week. We do virtual and remote training for the fitness side. I mean, you name it. If there's a way to teach it or bring it to you and make it easily accessible to you to learn and grow, we have it. Whether it's little videos you follow along on your own or full-on one-on-one customized coaching to you and your needs.
This is awesome. And if someone wanted to learn more about your coaching, your software, the book, how do they get in contact with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Whether you want to call me, text me, email me, check out all of my social media, you can find everything about me, book and anything else I get into, which will be some things, at IamRob360.com. Simplest way.
IamRob360.com. Beautiful.
100.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Rob. I really
Thanks,
appreciate
Ray.
you, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure.
And thank you for joining us on today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, reminding you to never leave for tomorrow, which you can do today, and always stay true to your brand. If you or anyone you know is an expert in a particular niche or industry, we would love to have a conversation about potentially being on the show. Just visit todayspremierexperts.com, click on Be a Guest, and fill out the form.